two elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome the old horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the third-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Hermstreet. Let's get this thing underway. And the Aggies will kick this away to get us going. Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense comes onto the field for the first time today. And all eyes, Kirk, in this matchup of elite wide receivers. They got great skill. They got big personalities. You know they want to outdo each other in this showdown today.
Well, it's a showcase opportunity for both of these two wide receivers. A lot of eyes on them, not only in college football, but I don't know the last time, Chris, we were on the field pregame and saw so many NFL personnel evaluating these two to see who ends up stepping up and playing better.
Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a real nice game there. We have an absolute lightning strike on the first play from scrimmage here.
How about that? Right out of the gate, they're going for the big play, and they hit it. What a way to jumpstart this offense.
All it took was one explosive play to move the ball across midfield. First down to the 48. Grab behind the line. It's Tate.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and when you go play action, it affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Buckeyes begin a new series here, 1st and 10. To the air, it's Sayin. Quick throw, testing the middle. Wide open downfield. Tackle finally made down at the 13-yard line.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
The Buckeyes are in the red zone. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. On first down, it's play action. Defense is coming after him.
Hey, if nothing else is there, good decision by this quarterback to be able to pick up some positive yards. Rather see him do that than force the ball into coverage. Good heads-up play.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. QB keeper all the way. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So here we go. Third down. Defense needs a stop here. Try to force a field goal attempt. On third down, it's a handoff. And it'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, it seemed like the offense was trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
So their first drive of the game, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Aggressive start. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He's running out of time here. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Now, this just goes to show you everybody makes mistakes. This quarterback is looked and viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in the entire country. But even he makes a poor decision, puts the ball into coverage, and he throws an interception here early in the game.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Looking to pass, it's Reed. Physical defending, that one falls incomplete, brings up second down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop. The offense pinned back. Looking to pass here on second down. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Oh, and it's dropped right off his hands. A chance for a big play, but a little early nerves on the part of that receiver.
Oh, my gosh, Chris, what a missed opportunity here. A chance for a big play. He's wide open. I think he starts to maybe think too much about making a play and trying to score a touchdown. Just drops the football.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Looking to scramble. Breaks loose at the 15. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
Looks left and finds his target there. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line. So, Kirk, we reached the end of one. So far, a defensive stalemate here in the early stats illustrating the story. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Dropping back. It's Reed. Running back has it on the screen now. And he never had a chance. Tackled in the backfield.
Chris, the timing of this screen pass just seemed to be off. The defense almost waiting for the ball to be thrown. He had nowhere to go by the time he caught it.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down.
Boy, the timing here by this defensive back, that is tough to do. You know, we always use the term great ball skills by a receiver, but here the corner locates the football and knocks it away. Great play.
The Aggies will line up to punt it away. Returner decides to fair catch this. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
Nice throw here by the quarterback. Goes with the touch pass, but, man, let's give credit to this defense. They are flying around, and he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. It's a toss to the left side. Tackled way behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 7 yards.
Boy, how about the defensive speed there and the team pursuit? They recognize the toss sweep from the middle of the field and show their team speed to be able to eliminate this play.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down.
Well, there aren't very many things that can get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that good pressure by the defense can get to any quarterback.
The Buckeyes will send their punt team onto the field. Trying to kick it away, helping his team with field position. We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute timeout. So here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 43. First down. They're going to throw the football. Running out of time in the pocket. On the run, he's going to chuck it deep. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the second half.
2nd and 10 here. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. That's reeled in. It's Concepcion. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the +47.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
First down here for this offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Makes the catch. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
We'll see if the defense stays in zone after that big play, or if they can change things up on this drive and get a little bit more aggressive.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw yet again. The short completion of the tight end. Finally, they get him. A great tackle by the quarterback. Not easy with that size difference.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. First down and more. He's still running. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
Well, he keeps it on the option, and it's not always the big play. It's sometimes just getting the first down. Does a nice job of knowing where he needed to go. We got a new set of downs.
Back to pass. It's Reed. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field.
Looking downfield near the end zone. Oh, he can't hang on. What an opportunity to score there. Instead, incomplete and 3rd down.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On the move now. Quarterback on the move, trying to make, has a path to the end zone. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Aggies.
What a play by this quarterback. We're talking about third down. This is a critical time in this game, and he comes up with that play against this coverage. Everything's covered, uses his legs for not only a first down, but a touchdown.
And now here comes the point after attempt. PAT makes it 7-0.
That makes the score Texas A&M 7, Ohio State 0.
So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get his top and preserve that momentum. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. And he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? We're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Fellows, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
Buckeyes will kick this away to get the second half going. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. Play action here on first down. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. Let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. The receiver grabs it. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down mark.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure to allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
One of those critical third down plays coming up. Dropping back. It's Reed. Bringing pressure. Receiver makes the catch on a comeback route. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it, you convert, and you keep working that clock.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Grab behind the line, it's Concepcion. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Looking to throw it again. It's a short completion to the big tight end. They finally make the tackle, but solid gain sets them up first down at the 33.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Trying to find room. It's Moss. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Well, this offense has really been moving the ball at will on this drive. And a nice job here on this defense to finally come up and make a nice play for no gain.
Important second down play coming up. A direct snap. Fights off a defender. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So the offense faces third and short from the +26. Might be four-down territory, but let's see what the call is here. Grab near the sticks. It's Concepcion. And they convert on third. Football at the 20 now. First down in the red zone.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally. They can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Play fake, looking to throw. Launching one to the end zone. And it's incomplete, but is the final play of this period. And as we break for the quarter, Kirk, it's Texas A&M on top. We've reached the end of the third. Time is running out to cut into this lead. Let's check out the game stats before we go on. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Dropping back. It's Reed. Looks to the left. Pass caught. He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have first and goal right there.
Well, the defense gets these guys to third down. They got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Second and goal play. Spot the ball at the 9. Trying for the touchdown on the right side. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. That's a design quarterback keeper. And they'll get him down that time. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So on fourth down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. And the lead remains at 7 after the miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal in 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. First and 10, not much time left. They need to find the end zone on this possession. The receiver's got it on a jet sweep, and he will be stuffed for no gain.
Man, I love love to see a defense that's prepared for anything. The offense here tries that jet sweep and quickly found out that going side to side is tricky against this defense and the speed they have.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. To throw, it's Sayin. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. The stop made at the 45, but enough for a first down.
Chris, that's just perfect execution here by the offense. Quarterback does a nice job getting back, putting the ball out where the receiver can make a play on it. Nothing you can do as a defender.
The final 2 minutes here. This defense trying to hang on. The offense trying to make a play to win it. Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. The back's got it.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. And he'll step out of bounds to stop the clock. That is perfect execution there.
Well, Chris, just like this in the 4th quarter, you're working this 2-minute drill. It's a one-possession game. Every single time you can get first downs and out of bounds. That's exactly what you do to want to move the ball down the field and eventually put it into the end zone.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
And the sophomore, a little bit too much air into that throw.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
Here we go, 3rd and short on the 7th play of this drive. Looking to pass, it's Sayin. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Finding space at the 20. They finally make the tackle, but he gets all the way to the 14. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management is going to be very important here in the final minutes. Toss play to the outside. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
The offense that time just trying to get the ball out on the perimeter, trying to find some space to be able to get their speed into. Pretty good job by the defense slowing them down.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Great catch when they desperately needed it.
Chris, just a great job by this offense. Now, I think it's a little bit too late here. They're not going to be able to have a chance to come back, but I think it says a lot about the character of this football team that they're fighting to the very end.
Pressure moment for this kicker here. Can he force overtime? And a timeout stops the clock with just 7 seconds remaining in the game.
Texas A&M.
And now the decision to go for 2. Gutsy call by this coach. He wants to win it right here. He'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he's got it. Wow, a gutsy 2-point conversion to claim the lead here in the final stages. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
set to kick this one away.
Returner decides to field it. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Dropping back, it's Reed. The pocket breaking down. They get him down, and that's how this game will end. Pocket 0-0. Well, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.